Sometimes things that are cheap are often thought of as tacky and not that reliable. Usually these tacky, cheap things are made in China. This is no different for firearms. But sometimes you find a diamond in the rough and you may see that glistening gem of a firearm that is extremely cheap and as well reliable. Well, one of these cheap reliable rifles is the 7022. But before I talk about the rifle itself, let's shoot it.
Now this V22 was my first rifle I actually purchased, but it wasn't my first firearm I ever purchased. That was actually an old over and under 12 gauge shotgun. As a matter of fact, after I swooped up this very rifle, the rabbit and hare population around the family farm decreased by about 90%. I am sort of making up that statistic. But what do I think of the 7022 compared to other semi-automatic 22s on the market?
So, this is the Magtech 7022 and it is nearly identical or similar to the Rossi 7022, Citadel Tracker, Mossberg 702, and all these rifles are pretty much all derived from the Marlin Model 70, which was derived from the Marlin Model 60. A lot of the parts in all these rifles are interchangeable with each other. All these rifles are relatively cheap and they are all fairly reliable. I must say fairly reliable instead of is reliable because some of these rifles are like old women because they can get fussy at times depending on the brands of ammo that you shoot. Take for example this Magtech 7022. It operates smoothly with most brands of ammunition, but not all subsonic ammo. It has always reliably shot CCI subsonic ammo. But when you feed the rifle any Winchester subsonic ammo, it jams like there is no tomorrow. The other usual culprits for jams, misfires and any other failures is usually the fault of the Remington Golden bullets and anything Aguila, but I cannot hold this against the rifle because both Remington and Aguila do produce a lot of crap rimfire ammo. But funnily enough, during the filming of this video, I only shot Aguila and I never had a problem. This rifle is extremely light, but admittedly it is rather tacky. The stock is obviously plastic or synthetic, whatever you want to call it. Having the plastic stock obviously helps with the weight control. The stock is definitely not made to a high standard, but it does the job. And that is the main thing. The rifle also comes threaded for a suppressor. It also takes 10 round stick mags. The scope that is on the rifle is a 4x32 Kilwell scope. This 7022 also weighs 1.8 kg or 4 pounds and is 920mm in length or 36.2 inches. I have put thousands of rounds through this rifle before I upgraded to a better semi, and then I eventually sold this 7022 off to my father. The 7022 is obviously not a top of the line semi-automatic rimfire rifle, but I must admit I have had less jams with this particular rifle than the two 1022s that I actually used to own. Apart from the occasional jam, there are two annoyances that I do have with this wee beast. Number one is that it is not that easy to strip, and the pins that hold the trigger group to the receiver are extremely tight and a bit difficult to get out. However, I must admit I've only ever taken them out once and I will never do it again. Number two is when you take out the mag actually catches on the mag release on the way out. This is due to the design of the magazine. Overall, the 7022 is a neat little rifle. and it is extremely cheap. You can pick up a brand new Rossi 7022 for about $350. That is about $200 US. I am not sure what they sell for in the US, let me know in the comments below. The rifle is extremely light, and I never really have had a major issue with it. A 1022 and a Winchester Wildcat may be manufactured to a higher standard, but they are about $200 to $300 more. If you do not want to break the bank, then the 7022 is definitely the perfect choice for a cheap semi-automatic 22 long rifle. For small game hunting, this wee beast of a rifle can pretty much do what the big boys can. Like I said before, once I got this rifle, I decimated the rabbit and hare population around the farm. There's also a lesson to be learned here as well. Sometimes you do not need to buy Gucci expensive crap, because sometimes the cheap little fellas can get the job done as well. Thank you all for watching. I'm Ben and this has been Doing Things. I am still working on a possum trapping video and another video on my Hare Mini Action 1500. But due to unforeseen circumstances at the time, these videos have had to be pushed back by a few weeks. Remember to please like and subscribe, and once again, thank you all for watching.